So now let's take a moment to walk through our learning objectives for this session titled How Nonprofits Can Use AI to Save Time, Fundraise More, and Deepen Impact. Our goal for today, move you from overwhelmed to empowered with AI. By the end of this session, part of the BizHack 13th season, you'll know exactly where AI can help your nonprofit save hours each week, raise more funds, and build deeper relations without adding headcount. How we're going to do that? Pinpoint 5 high impact, low lift ways to use AI to boost productivity, streamline internal workflows, learn a simple method to use AI for discovery, spotting audience trends, funder interest, and competitive opportunities also. A breakdown of real nonprofit examples using AI for fundraising, volunteer coordination, storytelling. And I have put together with a lot of love this presentation for today with examples, and you will leave with the confidence and foundational know-how to start experimenting safely with the prompts, the quick wins, and the next steps you can implement immediately. So let's dive in. So I have the absolute pleasure of introducing someone very special to our session today. Ana Mantica is our lead marketing coach for this masterclass. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, she's truly exceptional. I have had the privilege of working with Ana across several cohorts of the AI Marketing Accelerator. And every time she brings such a powerful blend of experience, strategy, and heart to the table. Our participants absolutely love her, not only because she's an incredible marketing strategist with more than 20 years of experience, but also because she's one of the most supportive and approachable professionals you'll ever meet. So I'm very proud to have Ana here today. And Ana brings nearly 20 years of experience in journalism, marketing, and communications, and her career has been shaped by one powerful goal: helping organizations tell their story with clarity and heart. She currently serves as the Director of Marketing and Communications for the Girl Scouts of Tropical Florida. As you know, an organization that empowers young girls to become strong, confident leaders. And Ana, she walks in your shoes. She gets that unique challenges for that nonprofits face. And today she's here to show you how AI can lighten the load, elevate your message, and deepen your impact. So please help me welcome Ana Mantica. Welcome, Ana, and the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Angie. I really appreciate it. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. Like Angie said, I currently work at Girl Scouts, and I have been working at nonprofits in Miami for like the past 10 years. And I've had the privilege of coaching a couple of iterations of the BizHack marketing class, first digital marketing and now AI marketing. And I must say, when AI first came onto the scene, I didn't know what to make of it because as a writer, you can imagine, I thought, what is this tool that is out here thinking that it's going to take over my job and do my job better than I can? But I have quickly learned that that's not the case. It is not a replacement for our communications professionals. It is instead a very powerful tool that can help you do your job better. We know that nonprofits are very stretched thin. Sometimes we're teams of one, maybe two, and we're often juggling multiple programs, campaigns, projects every day. We're wearing multiple hats. Now that it's fall, you're probably already thinking about your Give Miami Day campaign, your Giving Tuesday campaign, your year-end giving campaign, maybe a gala or some other events sprinkled in between on top of programs and grant reports and all the things that you need to produce. And AI is a powerful way that can help you with everything from drafting those emails to summarizing meeting notes, creating quick graphics, making social media posts, all the things that you need to do your job better. So think of AI as like your co-pilot. It's not a replacement. It can do that first draft for you, the research, the summary, so that you and your staff can do what humans can do, and that is add heart and sprinkle in your mission and love into everything that you do. Next slide. Quick overview about what AI is and what it isn't. Think of it as sort of like that intern that never sleeps. It can help with the first draft, it can summarize a report, it can clean up your grammar, but it certainly still needs some guidance, and that's from you. You're still the editor-in-chief. So it's like a tool in your nonprofit toolbox. You've got many tools. AI is just certainly one of them. It doesn't understand your mission unless you tell it. So the power comes from your prompts and your strategy. With the right guidance, it's very powerful. It's a smart assistant. It's not magic. It's certainly not perfect. It makes mistakes. That's why it still needs you to help guide it. And we'll show you today a couple of prompts that you can use to help guide AI to help you out. Next slide. So let's walk through some cases for AI that I have used in my work at Girl Scouts. Over the past year, I've used it to create content, to create graphics, to help me brainstorm fundraising campaigns, summarize documents, and some of the administrative tasks that we all know we need to do. And this image here you'll see was actually created with AI. I just asked Canva to create a little simple graphic for me, and this is what it made. Not too bad. It's not quite our right logo, but good start. So, content creation. If you have ever stared at a blank page like me, AI is your new best friend, even for someone like me who can generate content and had been generating content for 20 years prior to AI. Sometimes we're kind of stuck, and sometimes we're stuck with how do we say the same thing over and over and over again, right? Because we know that in our work in the nonprofit world, it's very cyclical. We'll have a year-end campaign. We'll have maybe a Giving Tuesday campaign. We'll have events that we need to promote. And so how do you make things sound really cool and new and exciting over and over again? That's where AI can come in. It can help you write high quality content across multiple channels like emails, social media, website, donor letters, grant writing. It can also help you repurpose content so that beautiful blog post that you wrote can instantly be turned into social media posts, newsletter blurbs, and email copy. Next slide. Tools like, ChatGPT, which we're all familiar with, Copilot, Grammarly, can help you polish your original ideas. So you can start with a rough draft, then add your brand's heart and mission. Let's take a quick look at a prompt here. You'll notice that all of the prompts here in these 5 examples I'll give all follow the POP format that we all learn at BizHack, and that is our persona, the role that you are playing, the output, what you want AI to create, and then parameters, those little extras that kind of help put the guardrails on what you want your tool to produce for you. And I will also say that all of these examples you'll see were created in less than 5 minutes. So for our first prompt, you are insert role, Director of Communications for a nonprofit. Write a 2-paragraph donor thank you email from a small nonprofit focused on outdoor education or your mission here. Use a warm, personal tone. You'll see here the persona, what I wanted to create, and some of those parameters there on the side. On the next slide, you'll see the output. Not a bad first draft. It's thank you for your generous gift. Welcome to the Girl Scouts. Your support helps girls in our local troops grow, encourage confidence and character. We're so grateful you chose to give. Great, awesome first draft here. I would probably then give this to my development director to sort of sprinkle in other personalizations here for the donor, but it certainly saves a lot of time when you're having to write multiple thank you letters over and over, sometimes to the same donors and sometimes for the same sort of campaign. Next slide, thank you. Besides content creation and writing, visual, we know, is king. We process visuals faster than we do text. We also know, though, that graphics and video take time and they take money to produce. And not all of us have a graphic designer on hand or a photographer or a videographer on hand. That's where AI can come in. Tools like Canva can make you a designer without the designer training. It can give you the templates, the layout suggestions, and instant formatting you need to create some of those thumb-stopping visuals that you'll often hear about in the BizHack marketing classes. Let's take a quick look at a prompt you can use in Canva's Magic Studio today. Next. Great. You are the insert role for a nonprofit. Design a quote graphic in Canva for a social media fundraising campaign featuring, and then include your mission here. I did this for Girl Scouts. And on the next slide, you'll see what Canva produced. I used Canva's Magic Studio to create these graphics. Not too bad. Some of them use our colors, some of them show a girl. On the next slide, you'll see what I did to kind of make it a little bit more on brand. On the left, you'll see what Canva produced. Beautiful picture of a Girl Scout. Great quote already, very compelling, bright, beautiful. I simply tweaked the colors with our brand kit that I had on Canva, swapped out the photo, said it's a photo of our girl. I would probably then layer on maybe a trefoil or a logo here, but this took me like maybe 2 minutes to create, which is certainly a big help when you're thinking about having to create multiple graphics for a big campaign. Next slide. AI can also help you create video. I am not a videographer by training by any means, but I decided to use Canva this time to just see what it would do when I gave it a prompt to create a video for our upcoming gala to promote it. It's called Campfires to Cocktails. It's coming up in the fall, and you'll see briefly. Angie will play it.
Join us for Campfires to Cocktails, a special fundraiser for the Girl Scouts. Enjoy the warmth of community.
Pretty good start.
Join us for Campfires to Cocktails.
Canva did the voiceover. Canva did the beautiful little animation with the fire. All I did was add our event details on it, and I added our logo, and it's a great first draft. I could probably use it, and it took, again, all of 2 minutes to make. If you're interested in visuals, which I think that's kind of a really hot topic, particularly for nonprofits, I would highly suggest that you watch Corelia's masterclass. She's an amazing coach who is the Canva queen. And in the masterclass that she gave earlier this summer, and I know Jose might drop in the link here so you can watch it later, she gave a fabulous masterclass on AI and visual. And she'll help you create amazing thumb-stopping visuals. The other area that AI can help us with is creating fundraising campaigns. So campaigns and strategy, it can help you plan, it can help you write, it can help you personalize, it can help you optimize all of those fundraising campaigns that we're working on, save time, increase donor engagement, everything from copywriting to helping you segment donors to writing compelling calls to action, repurposing content. It can also act as your brainstorming partner, which is great when you sometimes feel like you might be working in a silo and you're all alone and don't have another comms pro to bounce ideas off of on your team. AI can be that additional comm support that you need to brainstorm. And on the next slide, you'll see a prompt that you can easily use to create some of the campaigns you're probably facing right now. The one that we'll see the output for is you are the Director of Communications for a nonprofit. Write a year-end appeal for annual giving donors. Use a warm, professional tone with urgency. And on the next slide, you'll see our output. Pretty great start. I would be able to give this to my development director, no problem. And she would then sprinkle in some fun facts about Girl Scouts of Tropical Florida, like the number of girls we serve and what dollars last year helped us accomplish in the past year and what their future dollars could help us accomplish in the following year. Again, it took all of 2 minutes to complete that first draft. And when you're also thinking about your campaigns, the same AI tools like ChatGPT can help you brainstorm other other cool ideas for your year-end giving campaign, so that it's like a full-on strategy. So for example, not just a letter, but if there's a social media component to it, an email component to it, or a direct mail component to it. We have also another amazing coach who just gave last month a master class on strategy, Anita. It was fantastic. So I highly suggest you tune into that one. And also Coach Mike, he gave a great AI masterclass on meta ads. So if your strategies this coming fall involve any sort of social media ads, you'll want to tune into that one as well. Next, reports and summaries. How often do we find ourselves needing to draft reports, one-pagers, talking points, all the time, and often for multiple events and recaps and board meetings all at the same time? AI can help us turn that raw data and the meeting notes and the surveys and evaluations into polished, easy to share insights. And we know that summaries are especially valuable when we need to communicate across departments or with some external partners who may not have time to read a full report. AI can certainly do the heavy lifting for us. And you'll see an example prompt on the next slide, and I'll give you the background on that. So a prompt here that you could use: you are the director of communications for your nonprofit. Summarize this 3-page program evaluation into a 1-paragraph executive summary for a funder. And on the output, you'll see what I actually used it for. I asked AI to help me summarize a 76-page report. We put out an amazing report called The State of the Florida Girl. I've read it. I didn't want to have to reread it again to create 3 bullet points, and AI was able to help me produce this summary in a matter of 2 minutes that I was then able to take and work with and massage when producing emails and recap PowerPoints for our board. Imagine having to read a 76-page report again. That would have taken me hours, and AI was able to help me do that in 2 minutes. Lastly, admin tasks. Admin tasks can weigh us down. It can slow us down. And these powerful AI tools can help take the busy work off of our plates, freeing time up for the strategy and relationship building that's critical to our mission. It can help you summarize meeting notes, plan future meetings, create timelines, create onboarding and operating procedures, create grant flows, which you'll also see later on in a future slide. And on the following slide, you'll see a prompt or a few prompts here that you could use. The one that I used and you'll see an example of is: you are the director of communications for your nonprofit. Summarize this 45-minute meeting into key takeaways and next steps for the team. You'll see the output on the next slide. Backstory here: at Girl Scouts, we spent the entire summer meeting as a staff once a week, doing deep dive SWOT analysis into every single area of our organization, from development to product, communications to programs, you name it. We talked about it, we broke it down. I've had to then take all of those meeting notes and summarize them into beautiful stack, beautiful PowerPoint for our board for an upcoming meeting. Lots of notes, lots of ideas to synthesize, and I've been able to lean on ChatGPT to help me summarize some of those notes so that I can then focus on bigger things and not just necessarily miring myself and spending hours going through the recordings and the notes again. So enough of Girl Scouts. I wanted to share some amazing examples from other participants in BizHack over the past year, people I had the pleasure of working with. And they took the AI marketing class over this past year, whether in the fall or in the spring, and they used everything they learned to create outstanding real-life campaigns. This first one here, you'll see at Chapman Partnerships, Jesse Caceres created a multi-platform, multi-channel digital campaign. And on the next slide, you'll see some of the amazing visuals that she was able to create. She also leaned on AI to help draft captions and to help with the storytelling, to help with all of the strategy behind it. And you'll see on the next slide the impact it had for her and the amount of time it saved for her. I think it's pretty outstanding to see that she was able to shave off so many hours of work using the tools that she learned in the class, like Canva, ChatGPT, InVideo, to create this multi-platform campaign that she'll be able to launch soon. Our next real-life campaign was from Catalyst Miami. Virginia Laura was able to use ChatGPT to help make grant writing more efficient for her team. She was able to train ChatGPT to write in Catalyst's voice to help her team write better grants in a more timely manner. And you'll see on the next slide some of the impact it had on her and the results she had. Like you'll see here, she said she was able to reduce time by at least 30%. That's enormous when you think about all of the work that we have to do and that is on our plates as nonprofit professionals. And on the next slide, you'll see another fantastic campaign. This was from the Miami-Dade College Freedom Tower. Jennifer was tasked with creating a fundraising campaign for the reopening of the Freedom Tower. And so she leaned on ChatGPT and her AI tools that she learned in class to help her create a deck, help her draft letters, and help her also create prospect lists for sponsors for an event that she's in charge of. And on the next slide, you'll see what she was able to build and her impact. Awesome. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed some of those examples and that you'll be able to take those prompts with you on your daily work. I'd really love to do a quick live demo. And I think we already had someone who had raised their hand earlier that wanted to do it. If I correct, Angie, I think Jolicia said she might want to come on.
Let's double check if Julicia's in the room.
Yeah, I don't think she's in the room yet.
I'm here.
Oh, there she is.
Okay.
Hi, Julicia, welcome.
Hi.
So Anna, before we start the demo, and meanwhile you connect your screen, I would like to know if in the room that you guys have any questions for Anna, so you can take advantage. And one of my first questions will be, I think it's very hard for nonprofits when they use AI to keep the storytelling, to keep the warmness in the communication, and not feeling robotized, or not feeling like that warmness in the communication and the marketing assets also. So like maybe 3 tips that help you to humanize more the communication when you interact with AI.
Yeah. So a couple of ways I'll do it. Well, one, I'll read things out loud. And sometimes when you read things out loud, you'll notice that they may sound just a little bit mechanical or a little bit cold. And then that's where the human element comes in. Like I had mentioned before, AI is great with the first draft, but it's not going to necessarily weave in all of those like heartfelt moments. It'll help you certainly create the skeleton of a good draft, which is very, very helpful. But then it's just up to us to then go add in those little sprinkles of joy, those personal examples, and that warmth that you mentioned, Angie. Reading it out loud is very helpful because then you'll start to hear some of the dryness and the mechanics sometimes that AI can produce. Sometimes I'll also, I may just have like ask AI to just like, hey, can you take the AI out of this? And And it actually surprisingly will like humanize it, or at least identify some of those areas that sounds a little bit too just produced and perfect. Or if you've got like two access to two platforms, maybe Copilot gives you something that you then want to run by ChatGPT or that you might then run by Claude. And then lastly, just imagine yourself telling it to like your best friend or explaining something to like your mom, or like, another colleague. If it sounds kind of awkward and clunky to you, then it's probably going to sound clunky to that person that you're envisioning. So there's a couple of ways to just add in the sprinkle like of joys, but that's honestly where the human nature comes in, and what gives me pause and joy, because I know that AI is not going to be able to replace the tremendous power that writers and storytellers can bring to the table. AI is just going to help you with those drafts.
Absolutely. And that is part of what we teach also in BizHack and the AI marketing accelerator is AI plus human, right? Finding
Yeah.
that balance between your prompts and the context of what you need, but also keeping a strategy to keep your communications, human and warm and with that great storytelling. Thank you, Ana. And guys, the chat is open. If you have any questions, I'll be monitoring the chat. So please go ahead, Ana, with the demo.
Amazing. Cool. I'm excited to work through an example with you, Jolicia. I'm going to try to find you in my like carousel. There you are in my carousel of people. So welcome, Jalicia. I understand you are the Director of Communications for Every Mother's Advocate, and you were seeking a little bit of help crafting a fundraising strategy for year-end giving.
Yes.
Cool. So in this case, the prompt that I would use would be something like this. You're the Director of Communications for Every Mother's Advocate, a nonprofit that works every day to provide social support, education, court advocacy, mental health resources for moms in crisis. You're creating a fundraising strategy for year-end giving. What do you need from me to outline a multi-channel campaign? And we're going to use chat here as our brainstorming partner to walk through this example. So in order to help us build a campaign for you, ChatGPT is just going to need a little bit more from us. It's asking us for goals, audience segments, maybe messaging, storytelling, the channels you've got, any budget or capacity constraints, timeline, maybe the donor experience part. So let's start with answering a couple of these questions. Any goals that you have in mind?
I would say our goal would be to raise maybe around 1 million for this campaign. And also to increase our monthly donors and expand our donor base.
Oh, where are we right there? And expands our donor base. Awesome. And audience segments that you've been thinking about?
So I see here okay, so our current donors would be major givers currently, individual major gift givers. And
Okay.
we would want to target first-time donors and lapsed donors.
Okay.
And we do
So
have, oh, go ahead.
first-time donors, lapsed donors.
Yes. And we do have an existing mailing list. I saw something on there as well.
Okay. Any messaging ideas that we want to keep in mind?
We use the tagline typically, give the gift of mother advocacy.
Okay. Channels you've thought about or have access to?
Email marketing
Okay.
and also social media platforms. So we're on LinkedIn, Facebook, IG.
LinkedIn, Facebook, IG. No direct mail or any text or
We do
anything.
we do direct
Okay.
mail as well. This will be a part of our, yeah, in the year end we do
Okay.
direct mail.
And any sort of budget or capacity we need to keep in mind?
I don't know about
If
budget capacity, maybe like 2 people that we could dedicate to doing this.
there are two people. Okay. And timeline, when are you thinking?
Timeline launch early November.
And do you have anything planned for the donor experience or stewardship plan that you like?
Uh,
Do we have an impact report
Probably
we'll
the
share?
thank you emails.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll definitely do thank you emails with some video in it to let them know we started thank you.
cool. Let's see what it creates for us. All right. So the theme, give the gift of mother advocacy, your timeline, centering the campaign on the idea that every gift provides a struggling mom with support, dignity, and advocacy she deserves. We see our goal here, raise $1 million, grow monthly donor base, expand donor base, some messaging pillars that you would be able to use, hope and urgency, impact tangibility, gift of X provides sustainability, community, does that sort of resonate, sort of like at least those
It
messaging areas?
does. I
All right, I
love
see a
the name
smile
that it,
already.
because I love the name that it came up with for the monthly donor base, Sustainers of Hope. Like that's beautiful. I wouldn't have thought to do
Amazing.
something like that, and I like the direction it's taken it in.
And some channels already that it's helping you hear out. Email marketing, here's a timeline if you want to do something sort of weekly. When you launch, Giving Tuesday, very year-end.
This is incredible.
Social media, it's giving you a content mix here, things that you might be able to produce, ideas, reels, graphics, some infographics. Infographics are always great for this kind of thing.
Hmm.
And it's giving you some sort of like some specifics too for each of the channels. So on LinkedIn, highlight some of the systemic impact you've had. And then on Facebook, Instagram, maybe do more of your donor shout outs, some behind the scenes, cadence, so that you can, share that with your social media team if you have one, 2 to 3 posts a week. And ways to make it interactive if you work with IG stories or polls. Does this sort of sound doable,
It
reasonable,
sounds
fun,
doable,
exciting?
and definitely I love that it's already planned out with all the dates and everything. This is awesome. In my
Helpful.
brain, I'm like, I need a copy of this. So
I will certainly give you a copy. And then it's got ideas here for direct mail, um, and a format 2-page letter. You could even also ask later on. We can work later, you and I, to see if AI can help us draft that first letter for you.
right.
And it's already giving you ideas for, follow-up emails and social posts to echo that letter.
Hmm.
And then ideas for donor stewardship and recognition, some automated thank you emails, maybe a monthly welcome donor series with for
Yeah.
your like highlighting your sustainers of hope, some social recognition. And then here's that timeline that I know you're probably already sweating over. What to do and when to start, and even giving you a breakdown of what your tiny team of 2 can sort of do to divide and conquer.
Oh,
And it's saying next step, I can build this into channel by channel content calendar. I can give you story arcs. I can give you posting dates. I can help you draft letters. So if we were to go on and on and on, we would be able to continue building out a powerful campaign for you.
yes. I need this whole chat.
I will be sharing this chat with you. And I feel like, we just did this in just a few minutes. Um, and I think it's pretty powerful stuff.
Yes. Helps save a lot of time and thought power on my own end. This is awesome.
Good. Thank you. Um, Angie, we can continue going with Jolicia if you like, if you think that'll be helpful, or we can maybe just answer questions.
Yes, absolutely. We have a question from Belikis. If Belikis don't mind, if you would like to unmute and ask your question.
Don't see it.
Okay, well, her question is after using AI like and chats like ChatGPT or I guess Gemini or any other type of chat to draft proposal, what are the pointer that you can give when sponsored point out that the content is written by AI? How you what you recommend as we were talking
Well,
before,
yeah,
when you have to have a very good prompt, and as we were seeing in the exercise with Jalicia, the difference it make when you give the prompt and the chat context, good information about what you want, where are you heading, what are the
yeah.
goals. So that is Biliki's question.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. The two things we've talked about already, the AI plus human, and then also the prompts. If we were to have simply said, you're the director of communications for a nonprofit that serves moms, and you're creating a fundraising strategy, I don't think we would have gotten as powerful and as specific and as a clear strategy um, as if that than what we got already, right? And that's because we were very crystal clear with the initial prompt that we gave it and really leaned into that pop formula that we learned to use at BizHack, and that's persona. What hat is AI wearing? The output, what specifically do you want it to create? And then the parameters. What are the things you want it to keep in mind? So, like example here, the parameters were what the mission is. Um, so I think those are the two things to keep in mind: AI, human, and then the power of the prompt.
Okay, Biliki's had problems with her mic, but we hope that resolved your question, Bilikis. We have another question from Anna Lima. If you would like to unmute Anna and ask your question. Okay, so Anna question is that
Sorry, I'm here.
okay, go
Hi,
ahead,
Anna.
Anna.
Oh, Tropical Audubon Society. Yay,
Hi.
I love you guys. We've done
Thank
work with
you.
you.
Thank you so much. I just had a really simple question. I may have missed the beginning. Was just wondering why is it better to say, you are the communications director of this organization as opposed to saying, please create a graphic for me, because that's what I've been doing. So I'm
Yeah,
just wondering what
s-
the
sure.
difference is in that prompt.
Yeah. So we know that with AI, the better the prompt, the more clear the prompt, the better the output. So you're always going to want to give it that persona. So by saying, you are the director of communications, you're giving it the persona. And then create a graphic, that's your output. And then if you have any sort of parameters around it, like you want it to look professional, you want it to be fun, vibrant, anything specific about colors, those are your parameters. And so the more specific you are, then the better the output that you'll get. So if, you are the director of communications for Tropical Audubon, you are creating a campaign for social media campaign for Give Miami Day. Please help me create a graphic that showcases, our lovely birds, and uses, fun, vibrant colors. And you'll see that you'll get better.
I had another question too. Thank you so much. That's super helpful. Um, and this may be a beginner's question too. So
That's okay. We're all
just
beginners.
started using like ChatGPT to create graphics, which usually they give me a concept for a graphic because the graphics aren't
Yeah,
perfect, but the concepts are good to help me, get my creative juices flowing.
yeah.
Um, but I guess on the ChatGPT I'm using, it only gives you like up to 2 or 3 graphics a day. Is there
Oh, because it's
some
free.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
a free way to get more than that. You have to pay.
There's the paid version. Yeah.
Mhm. Do
But
you
what you
recommend
could
it
do,
or?
I do. Now, I will say that just for the purposes of this class, everything that you saw here that I did with chat was on my free version.
Okay.
Because I understand that some people may not have the pro version. You're gonna get better results with the pro version because you'll be able to do more graphics. But what you could do also is take that graphic and then pop it into Canva.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine you already probably have the Canva Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you've got the nonprofit freebie,
Yes.
right? So you might, instead of generating it in chat, you may just want to start like generating it in Canva Magic using one of the prompts that I shared, because
Mhm.
those graphics that you saw, those Girl Scout graphics, were using the Magic Studio in Canva.
Okay, and for video too, you suggest Canva? Or what's the best video
Honestly,
generator?
okay, because I am not a very quick tech adopter, I'm going to say that. I own it. I am not the first to jump at getting the latest phone or learning the latest technology. I like Canva because it is very user friendly, and I feel like it's just very accessible to people who may not be graphic video techie pros. It's just very friendly. So I might start there. There are other tools like Lumen's 5 that you could also create videos with. But I would highly recommend you watch Corellia's masterclass that she gave that was just on Canva.
Hmm.
And she'll show you how cool, like the amazing graphics and the videos that you can create on Canva.
And then I had one other question, if it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I saw earlier somewhere, either in the promotions or on this actual presentation, about like putting in donor lists or putting in
Yeah.
your lists and then having it generate like a campaign or a strategy. I'm just wondering if people do that because I'd
Yeah,
be worried about putting our private information into Chat GPT.
totally.
I'm
Yeah.
wondering if anybody else does it.
We have not crossed that. But what I will say that like Jennifer, for example, when she was doing her campaign for the MDC Freedom Tower, she asked Chat to help her identify prospects. But we personally have not uploaded our lists. I know that there's ways that you could clean up your list to remove identifying information. So maybe it's just the zip codes that you use,
Mhm.
But I have not done that yet, just because of that same fearful reason. But there are other things that you could possibly do. Like if you're trying to identify donors specifically in Miami, um, maybe you tell it that you're looking for and describe your like perfect donors, um, and see what it can help you come up with. But I have not uploaded my own data list to help me with that front.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ana, for your questions. And we have another question from Elizabeth Ortega. Can we use the same prompts to create video? And I will expand this question by normally when you're creating the marketing content for your different campaign objectives, how you prompt or what are your techniques to create the images or the script for videos when you are prompting ChatGPT for the campaign objective to get those
Yeah.
like I would say the image to reframe like the context that you're using in the visuals and the marketing campaign.
So I think that's two things. So when I created that video that you saw, that was just in Canva. And I don't remember, I think I took a screenshot. I don't remember if I said maybe don't use text, because I know that if you put text, it sometimes comes out a little bit funny, but I just used that video prompt and put that in Canva. So that's like one piece of the puzzle. Um, and then with scripts, I've used chat to create scripts before, and it's a matter of just being very specific. So for example, I've used it to help me rewrite and rethink radio scripts. And with radio scripts, you know you've got like timestamps, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. So when you're inputting your prompt and parameters, then you can say, you're writing a radio script for public media, for my local WLRN station, which is what we were using it for. And the videos or the audio is 15 seconds and then also 30 seconds. And we need to include Girl Scouts of Tropical Florida, and we need to include this link, and we need to include, you know, Give Miami Day is on this day, and then here's where you can give. And you give it those specifics, and then it can help you draft the radio script or the audio script for like either 15 seconds or 30 seconds or 45 seconds, whatever timestamps you have. I don't know if that answers the question, but that's how I've generally tackled either radio scripts or video.
Okay, so Elizabeth, please let us know if that resolved your question, and thank you, Anna, for your answer. We have another demo, right? If you want.
Sure, we can do another demo. Yeah.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
You're welcome, Elizabeth.
I'll send this over to you, Jalicia, so you have it.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, I know Besana Kendig is in the main room. She's an amazing marketing expert also in for MPOs. So Besana, if you don't mind, if you would like to unmute and share maybe 3 ways that you're using AI in your different marketing objectives, we would be more than happy to have you in the room.
Yeah, it's good to see everybody. It's been a minute. Since I took the BizHack Academy class, I think I've used AI on a daily basis for things. I'm a communications team of 1. So it's just me, and I run all of our social medias, do our newsletters, do congressional letters. I do all of the event promotions, and you just do a lot of things. And so AI has just been like super, super helpful, and Canva is my best friend. It's my favorite platform. I do recommend through your company investing and paying for the paid programs. It just produces better quality things and things that are less likely to be identified as AI created. But yeah, I think one of the most important things that I took away from the BizHack Academy class was actually learning how to relate my personal story to the mission of the nonprofit. Because even though there were a lot of business owners, like there was a lot of applicability for nonprofits in the class. And I've used the story of me like constantly because I'm on the fund development team, and I speak with people all the time that I'm sort of asking for money from. And so like the story of me is probably the most valuable thing that I use the most, and has made doing my job more meaningful to me too, because I understand and can see how it connects personally to what I care about every day, which I think is very common in nonprofits. It's like if you want to feel good about the work that you do. I work for a nonprofit in affordable housing in Colorado called Rocky Mountain Communities. And so, yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for letting me
Thank you,
talk.
Besana, for sharing, and absolutely agree. Storytelling and the power of a good story, a human story, with the help of AI to craft it better for your different channels like Facebook, your webpage, but definitely the human touch always in your marketing assets and campaigns. So, okay, let's continue, Anna, with the recap and the takeaways.
Sure. Are you sharing? I'm sorry, with the live demo, I lost my screens here. Are you going to share slides?
I'm sharing.
Oh, you are. I don't even see them. Amazing. I hope everybody was able to just glean or learn just a little bit. Some quick takeaways from today's quick class was AI is a practical time saver. You don't have to be a tech expert to use it. You don't have to be afraid, like I was in the beginning. It can help you do a lot, write, summarize, design, organize, so you can do your work better. You can use AI starting today to lighten your workload, drafting that next fundraising email that you have to draft. If you haven't used chat to do it, give it a whirl. Don't be scared. Great prompts can also unlock great results. And I think this is one of the more important things that you might learn, that POP construct that we've talked about. remembering then also that you are the heart and behind your mission. So, use AI wisely, and sprinkle in your heart and joy into everything you create, and start small, but start now. So that one task that you've been meaning to do that you haven't gotten to on your to-do list, give it a whirl on chat. Maybe it's summarizing, the leadership meeting you had earlier this week, or drafting an outline for an upcoming meeting that you have. Try it out and see what happens. And I think on the last slide, Angie, some things that I hope you are able to take away with you today, how to demystify AI, what it is, what it's not. I hope you'll be able to glean something from those practical use cases that I shared and those prompts that I had, to help you with some of the work that you have to do this fall, whether it's campaigns, social media, grant writing, anything that you are working on. Also, the basics of effective prompting and lists of tools that we've shared that you'll see in the slides, and how to start small and build confidence along the way. So our friends like Ana Lima over at Tropical Audubon can start to feel like pros, by just simply dabbling in this world to see the powerful things that you can create. Thank you, Angie.
No, thank you, Anna. And one remark I take that you said before is how you're using AI to optimize your time so much, like analyzing documents, as you were saying, a document with I don't remember how many pages, and how using ChatGPT to help you analyze and summarize a document. And I know NPOs, this is something that you have to read a lot of documents when you have to write these grants. So how much time are you saving, Anna, since you started to use AI?
Oh, a lot. A lot. And I say that like as somebody who did not want to use AI. I was very slow, and I really started using it when Dan called me and asked me to coach. And I was like, oh, now I better learn how to use AI before I serve as a marketing coach. And now I do find myself using it for just a lot of like everyday things. Like I've written the same newsletter dozens and dozens of times, right? Because I've been here now for 4 years, and every month it's the same thing every month. And I've worked on multiple things so many times that what I'll do sometimes is just say like, this is what I wrote last time. Give me some ideas on how I can improve, and I'll just use it as sort of like that brainstorming partner and springboard. So I do find myself using it in ways that I didn't expect myself to use, but it's also because I'm like a team of 1.5 and I work from home. So it's very difficult sometimes when you feel like, you're in this sort of silo alone, having a brainstorm, you don't have anyone to talk to, but maybe your dog or a plant, and they're not going to talk back to you. So at least with chat, I can, brainstorm and have it give me ideas on how to rewrite things, to help me save a lot of time.
Absolutely. And I like this question that Ana Lima asks about copywriting
Oh yeah.
of images or text. And this is like a gray area with the interaction with these type of chats like ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot. And that is where you have to absolutely double check your outputs, because these are generative AI tools. But for example, in image creation, if it's an authentic image created by a prompt, for sure this is an image the tool is creating by itself. But if you mirror another image from the internet, because ChatGPT can also do that. Let's say I take a picture from another ad or another image from Google or any other website or image or asset, and I asked ChatGPT to create something similar or mirror that image, but change the lady for a 45-year-old lady, it's mirroring the same image. So there you could have copyright problems, you know, because it's taking almost a use case of that image. But if it's created based on an original prompt, like, hey, it's just your creativity. It's a dark or a gray area, but it's something new the chat is creating. Like it's generating something new based on the prompt. So that is why we have to be very careful when we use these chats and double check what we are doing. So Ana, you're so generous. Thank you for sharing such a valuable information. And you know and you being in an NPO, you live the different necessities that nonprofits have, and when you're starting to use AI. Maybe that is the hardest part, right? Keeping the human part of the assets. And AI is getting better every day more, even with image creation. They're getting more human-like images, which is good for nonprofits also, because before there was very unhuman, very cold images. But it's getting there, it's getting better. So I would add, try to get better, guys, on your prompts. Try to give them more context you can when you're prompting the tools, because you are the master that guide ChatGPT, is not the other way. You have to give the context. What do you want? What's the goal? What's the campaign about? What is your nonprofit about? What is the asset you're expecting? What is your marketing goal? The more information you can give the chat, the outputs would be absolutely better. So we have a thank you gift for all of you guys. This is our AI prompt guide created by BizHack. These are specialized prompts for small businesses in marketing to help you boost your success. And so please, Jose, sharing the link in the chat so you can take advantage and get even better in your prompts for your marketing assets. So Jose, whenever you're ready to launch the third poll, our last poll. And I would like to invite the different nonprofits that are in the main room to share their aha moments so far, or if they would like to share, a couple of tips of how they're using AI for their marketing campaigns or for lead generation. We will appreciate your aha moments. So if anyone would like to share, please unmute, and more than happy to have some conversation. I think, Elizabeth, you are in a nonprofit also, right? Elizabeth Ortega? Oh, Elizabeth, leave the room. Okay, we have familiar participants also. Caitlin, how's it going? Would you like to share an aha moment?
Sure. I just want to thank Ana for her time. I have witnessed her great work that she's doing in the nonprofit industry. So thank you, Ana.
Thank you.
I was a beneficiary of a scholarship from BizHack here at the Salvation Army of Miami. I was able to utilize the skills that I attained in the course to save over 12 weeks time each and every week, and interview new candidates for our digital marketing specialist during my time in the course, and extend an offer and feel very confident in that offer for a new teammate here in Miami, due to being able to look at work samples and make an educated decision based on those work samples, because I saw what great outputs looked like and I saw what not so good outputs looked like. So myself in particular, a huge time saving skill that I learned were scheduling in social media posts. I was already using Meta to schedule in our Instagram and Facebook posts. However, I had no way to batch in all of our LinkedIn content. And so I was able to do that through this course. And that has helped me not only save time from creating the graphics on LinkedIn, but also all of the copy on our social media. So thank you.
No, thank you, Caitlin, for sharing. That's why I wanted you to mute, because I know you are in that journey, the AI journey of using AI. So thank you for sharing. I know your comments will add a lot of value to the nonprofits or different marketing professionals that are in the main room. Anyone else would like to share an aha moment or how they're using AI?
Hi, Angie. It's Elizabeth Ortega. How are you?
Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome, and thank you for sharing.
Yes, as always, BizHack never disappoints. The trainings are amazing. I too was part of the cohort, the last cohort, had some medical challenges, so I haven't been back to work as of yet. But I'm looking forward to taking everything that I did learn to apply it when I get back to work. Because I haven't been doing much but playing while I've been on bed rest, playing on the computer with ChatGPT and creating different because I can create the videos on Canva. So I'm considering possibly taking the next cohort to kind of get more in depth as far as the creating those different small videos through ChatGPT for different campaigns.
Absolutely, Elizabeth. And that is part of the AI journey, trying, iterating, and just getting, confidence using the tools. Elizabeth is part of our past cohort, the cohort 6 of the AI Marketing Accelerator. She had a great final project, an amazing use case of AI. And thank you, Elizabeth. I'm glad you're getting better, and thank you for sharing. Anyone else would like to share an aha moment or how they're using AI?
I'll share. I recently decided that I was going to go back to school and get my MBA and do part-time being a student and full-time working. And I was really scared to figure out what going back to school looks like because I've been out of school for so long. And AI was great, literally to just walk me through the whole process. Like I've made lists of where I want to apply, and it's helped me with deadlines, and it's helped me with just gathering all this information that I remember as like a 17-year-old kid when I was applying to college was so overwhelming, and it does it in an hour of my time at home. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the way that college is different with access to these tools of efficiency. And especially because I'm going back for MBA in marketing with a marketing concentration. So I've seen a couple classes here and there sprinkled out that have to do with AI, but it'll be really interesting to see, where my graduate program takes me. So I'm excited about that. And that's more personal than work related, but
Thank you, Basana, for sharing. And we celebrate you, going back and keeping always the journey of learning. And the world is moving so fast right now. With AI, every day you have a new tool, you have a new way to interact with these tools. And Jalicia was sharing that she's getting prepared also from MBA. Would you like to share more?
I just am kind of in the same boat with thinking about going back, getting an MBA in digital brand communications. And I just didn't even think to use AI for something like that. And that would be really useful to help prepare for the application process because, like you, have been out for a while. But, getting the experience in my field, and I haven't had a need for an MBA yet, but I would love to like expand my knowledge base and just get to know more and have that those credentials after my name. So I've been thinking about it.
Thank you, Jalisha, for sharing. Well, Anna, so we're at the end of our masterclass. Would you like to share anything else or your aha moment? What was your AI moment with interacting for the first time or recently with AI?
Yeah. I recently just used it for the summaries part, and I was totally blown away by how it was able to help me really powerfully and succinctly summarize all of those meetings that we had this summer. Because I was like, how am I going to recap 8-hour-long meetings into a deck for the board? I don't have the time for this. And I was a little skeptical, but I uploaded notes and it really helped. And so I plan to use it more for reports and summarizing.
Absolutely. So our next master class coming up is on September 24th. This is Grow Your Business with AI. This would be hosted by Dan, and with this master class is how we are going to end our 13th season of master classes. Jose is going to share in the chat the link to the master class for Wednesday, September 24th. And remember, take advantage of these master classes on our YouTube channel. Share with friends. We share after each master class a recap of the master class, so you can go back through the video and take advantage of the exercises. So we really appreciate you guys for being part of today master class. Anna is going to be around a couple of minutes more, just in case you guys have any questions or want to take advantage of any other topic with Anna. So thank you all for being here today, and we're going to be here a couple of minutes more in case you need anything. Okay, so thank you and see you on September 24th.